Hey y'all. Hopefully you can hear me. Just on my way to work. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just decided to make kind of these um some of the main points, give or take. You guys can give it any opinions if you like. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know if I want to put the cam on myself or the road. I just figured the road is better. But the sun is shining on my phone and this phone tends to overheat a little bit. So I just kind of wanted to have a discussion in the morning and sort of see there was a couple things um, brought up. So one of the main number one point why online relationships don't work, I would say, is that they can't trust you. So someone is always going to either do something against someone else's will. You can't really trust that they're not seeing someone while they're virtually seeing you. Um, so trust is one of the main things. You have to have a lot of trust. The other thing is like it doesn't work if you live too far from someone where it's like not attainable and you think you would never see them again. Like you won't see them. You might meet up once or you might have seen each other in a mutual place on a vacation one day and then decided you want to continue an online relationship but then you're never going to go there again or you're never going to meet up again because it's too far. So it's unattainable. Like some of these hopes and dreams are really crushed. And some people just don't want to admit that. They just keep hoping. And so unfortunately, that's why online relationship wouldn't work. Um, a lot of other factors are either certain red flags that show up later, like you start to get to know them and like them, and then all of a sudden there's like a slight red flag, and you hold on to that because you think that there's something wrong with this person, or there might be something off about them, and then later you're proven that, oh, in fact, there is something, turn off, and then you get turned off about the person. So it really kind of tarnishes like any closeness or feeling. Again, it goes back to trust because it makes you feel like I really didn't know this person because I didn't know that they would react this way. One of the things for me, like I noticed that people will confide in you as long as they know what your reaction to something will be like. So if you think that this person will overreact, it's likely that someone will not tell them that anything is wrong with them because they'll know that they'll react like over the top, and they'll be like, just freaking out about something that is probably not even a big issue. And usually, this is what is wrong with some relationships, even physical relationships, like face to face. People are just being too afraid to tell them that there's something wrong with them, like, hey, I don't like you chewing with your mouth open, or blah, blah, blah. I say, tell it in the very beginning. Tell them what you expect. And some people might say, well, I don't expect anything of them. Yeah, you do. You just don't know it yet. So you need to kind of learn what your expectations would be. If there's some things like pet peeves that you don't like, you have to say that because you might think that it's like, oh, it's gonna hurt their feelings though. Doesn't matter. You have to say it because that is gonna be the key point of your breakup later on. Like you have to say whatever is wrong with them, and fix that early on. If you're comfortable in fixing that and communicating, they'll notice that you're being honest and you don't mean any, disrespect. But they need to be aware of that because some people are like, oh, I didn't know that my messy room was a turnoff, or like I didn't know that this part I can definitely, you know, do this and that, to make it better. So then early on, then they'll have a better, you know, sense of trust. Like they'll even ask the person, what do you think of this? um, some people even say, if your breath smells or so, I don't want to, make out or kiss because I can't stand bad breath. Say that off the bat, and that person will always have good breath. They'll always smell good, and so on. And people should just be aware of that, because that's some stuff in the beginning that you can fix early on without having to stress about it later in the relationship. But when it comes to online relationships, you have to say some stuff early on, like say what you expect. You expect, uh, good morning text, you expect good night text. And if you don't get those, tell them that you will be upset. Like you are hoping that they're thinking about you, I guess, every day. But they're then also should have some consideration, knowing that they have a full time job or something like keeping them busy without them being able to text you. But still, you would tell them that maybe just like a small good night, would put you at ease, because a lot of people do need, what is, I'm looking for the word, like, people to check in, like just constant assurances. People need that. So sometimes not getting assurances and having a communication sort of slow down for almost no reason, it might give them the impression that you moved on. So it is hard to do online relationships, though I commend anybody that does that or would pursue that. But I would say, again, pursue it within your limits. Don't oversell yourself, because then they'll expect more of you or more things out of you that you may not be able to meet later. So, like, just because you look good on the first or second date, show up on the second date like without makeup, like let them see for for themselves how you really are. Like I don't oversell myself. I'm not perfect. But I don't do, I don't overdo my makeup on the first couple dates. You want to have like your good makeup or your hot makeup for like the time when you want to impress his, like, I don't know, his ex or something weird like that. But I wouldn't even meet a person that shows up with his ex. I'd be like, nah, that's bullshit. I don't want to see nobody's exes. I don't want none of that. My expectations are that you don't keep in touch with your ex, because that's a deal breaker. So things like that. I have high expectations of people because they have high expectations of me. So if I should have expectations, then so do they. And you need to sort of maintain that image for yourself, the same kind, to show them that you mean business the same way. With online relationships, though, some of them do work because they do end up meeting up. And if they have a very, very close connection, that's usually over time. It doesn't like develop, you know, overnight. But a strong connection would also mean that they're not about drama. They're honest, and maybe they have friends that can back them up, saying like, this is a good guy. He's been single for a long time. Blah blah blah. It just really depends, though, what they do for, not for a living, but like what they do in their spare time. Some girls want to know, what does he do in his spare time if he's not talking to me? And sometimes that is also, depending if it's a deal breaker or not. Um, what is it, Iro? Picture is not a good look. Yeah, even in real life, it is hard to deal with. Like having trust in someone is greater than loving someone, because having trust in them is that you trust them with your heart in order for them not to break it or to do the thing that you hope they would do. That's basically what trust is. And it takes a great deal to have an online relationship. I would suggest doing like an online friendship, but then what happens is sometimes friendships are misunderstood. Sometimes it's like, well, I just wanted to flirt, but then the other party wanted to flirt too. And whether a person wants to say that they just want to stay single and flirt, the other person can take it as, well, I want a little bit more than that. And it just, those expectations can't be met. It makes things for like a bad relationship. It makes it for like someone's not on the same page type of thing, and that usually gets broken up. And so yeah, I don't intentionally lead someone on, but if you're both flirting with each other, that's like safe, I guess. Just again, you have to have a lot of trust, and you have to be civil about things. Keep the stuff to yourself. Whatever is being sent or not sent, it's like, I would say, like, yeah, online relationships are completely off my not something I would pursue. That's for sure. It's unattainable. That's the main thing for me. When I look at it in the long run, I'm like, is it even worth it? Like, I'm staying up late, losing sleep, all this stuff, and for what? You know. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to add. Why is this like down? There we go. Yeah, trust is definitely earned. You have to gain the trust and earn it as well, I would say. But also, yeah, it depends if you seem like a trustworthy person, right? You have to display that you can be trusted. If they give you a small information, like any kind of small piece of information that, you know, they might even test you, like, oh, I don't care about this. Maybe I'll just make something up. And if they see that that's being shared around, then they're like, I only told it to this one person, and that's being shared around this false information. I know that this person really can't be trusted. So that's usually, yeah, it's usually pretty sad when you can't trust someone with something small. So that's why you only feed someone very small information off the start, and see how they handle that or how they react to it. Yeah, again, most people and their reactions is what kind of dictates whether they can be a trustworthy person, or like, or if you can even confide in them a little bit more. There was like, let's say I have a friend, and I told them just a small piece of information, and by their reaction of it being such a big deal, made me not want to confide in them at all with anything. Like, I wouldn't tell them anything about my life anymore because they couldn't handle that very small piece of information or whatever. And I was like, oh, so you're like that, like, not everybody is perfect out there, but you have to really watch your reaction and not be like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that, you know? So again, it's like, it's the reaction that you give off that makes you appear to see if you're trustworthy or not. And sometimes it's like, it's not just that, it's just depends what your history is like. I don't understand when people say they don't have any friends, because for me, it's like, okay, you have to have at least a couple close friends, even two or three. You got to trust somebody, and somebody got to trust you. But if you don't have any friends at all, then it kind of says that you're not doing so well yourself. You know what I mean? Like, that means that you need some kind of work on yourself in order for you to to trust them and to not like throw people under the bus kind of thing. Or and it's just like my own personal opinion. When if I have somebody, um I've never dated someone that didn't have any friends at all. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have some close friends, some people that you've always hung out with, you depended on, and that was your like your core. But yeah, that's just my own personal opinion. I have a very close friends, even online. I'm really grateful for that. I would never do them dirty or anything like that. But with online relationships, it's like, I also don't air out anything, any updates or any things like that. Facebook has made it before where it's like, oh, you can update your relationship, and you see someone's relationship status keep changing, and you're like, yeah, I don't know about you, but you were in a relationship like 3 months ago. So if you see someone having or moving on quickly, having quick, too many relationships, it's like, I don't know what's going on here, but it's definitely a pattern. So you have to kind of take note of that. But yeah, it depends with everyone else. Depends how picky they are. And again, just because a girl says hi to you doesn't mean, and if a girl is nice to you, just says hi to you, doesn't mean that she's pursuing you. It just probably means that she's just trying to be nice. um, I, I I may seem to have a flirtatious personality or so, but when it comes to having the feeling of being led on. Like if I feel that I'm leading on somebody, I'm like, no, no, let me make that clear for you, because I don't want to be misunderstood. I'm often feeling that I'm misunderstood. I often feel that I have to clarify myself, and that's usually what I have to do in order to like protect myself and my image and such. But again, if there's a friend or someone that I can confide in, I can give them a small piece of information, not like my address, but like if I gave them my number or something, and I all of a sudden see someone else calling or something, I'd be like, oh my god, I only gave you that number. So yeah, that's weird. You have to like just be cautious with who you give anything to. Um, oh my goodness, here. Okay, no, that's the bus is just waiting to turn in. I have to pay attention to the road too. Well, yeah, it's nice and hot right now. I don't want this fan to be too loud. Yeah. Well, Nazar, you have to meet someone in person, and I would advise people to be friends with them first. Friends before lovers, because then you can get to know them, how they have, even if you've been friends with them for a long time, history shouldn't tie you together. It should be friendship. It should be that you have this amount of friendship and you've known them actually. If you know them for, I would say, the maximum of 2 years, that's when you're surely to decide whether they are it or not. For me, I had been in a relationship where it's been 2 years, and by the end of that, I just was contemplating whether it's worth continuing it or not. And sometimes I had to end it because I felt that I'm not getting anything out of it. Not even for like my own benefit. If I'm mostly stressing out, that's no good for anybody. Like not for me, not for him. I don't want to stress nobody out, but I don't want to be stressed out mainly for that reason. So if I'm getting into a relationship and I start walking on eggshells and stuff, that thing's gonna be over fast. I'm running, you know. It doesn't matter if he wants to marry me. I'm like, nah, I seen how you act, and that's kind of like, uh, again, I pay attention to red flags. But it's not to say that people don't have a certain kink or weird stuff like that. Like if they were to trust you with their, kinks or whatever they're into, let them know that there's some stuff you wouldn't do. You have to set your own boundaries. So like, yeah, maybe someone likes feet or whatever, just as an example. Just say that maybe you're not into that. You don't want your feet, looked at, touched, or anything. Um, yeah, because I had my ex, like he has nice feet, but he wouldn't let me touch or do anything to them. So I'm like, okay, no problem. Like that's understandable and that's respect. And love and respect should be both hand in hand. You can't just have love in a relationship, and you can't have a relationship without respect. Like those two things are hand in hand. I'm telling you, you need to have respect, because respect is an overtime thing. You can earn their respect and you can continue having a nice relationship, seeing that that you both respect each other, and then later your love can grow. That is an emotional thing. Love is like an emotion, right? Respect is something that you do every day. And I just want to say that it needs to be in a relationship. People need to be aware of that. And oh, this guy's my blind spot here. Hold on. Yo, your window's busted. The back window there. All right, let's get into this Tim Hortons. But yeah, love and respect should be hand in hand. That's something that needs to be addressed in most relationships. When you see someone disrespecting you, run. I'm telling you, that's not gonna last. Disrespect, even name calling, is off the table. There should be never any kind of name calling. Not ugly name calling, not like little, chubby whatever thing. No, because that's on. It's not flirtatious, and it's not like I want to say like it doesn't turn her on. But when you call her like a cupcake or something cute, like maybe I don't know, I can't tell the difference. But I'm just saying, if you keep calling someone certain names and they're like degrading names, it doesn't make them like you anymore. You know, like less and less over time. They might think, haha, it's funny now. But later they're like, you've been calling me this the whole time. I'm sick of your shit. And then they're gone, you know? I just want to say, like, please no name calling if you can. Sweetheart and honey, those things are all nice. But you gotta think, you always have to impress your partner and have this display of, you know, impression, like a good impression on them. Because the moment they lose that impression on you, they're like, well, I found someone else that's calling me all those nice names, so bye. You know, so it really depends what pushes someone in order to move on from you. And it's just kind of like that. I mean, the lineup here, I always say, like, don't call me, you know, weird names. I'm okay with kitty, or I'm okay with cutie, or things, depending, but not from people that are not in a relationship with me. So if I'm in, like, let me change my cam, hold on, oh wait, it's here, like, back, no, front, there we go. Yeah, like if I'm in a relationship or something, then I'm okay with being called names. But I even told Eastside Herald, like, I'm not your babe. I don't answer to those kind of things. You're sweet as a chubby drink. No. Dyson. Oh, it's freaking hot here. Let me get my card ready. And yeah, I don't like being called names by other people that are not in a relationship with me or at all. Like honey, sweetie, things like that. Ugh. Only by ladies. I can get checkout ladies because they've had a long day, but like by a guy, I'd be like, nah, I'm not your babe. I'm not your, you know, sweetheart. I don't take it from outsiders. Okay. Well, I have my lunch already. I'm just getting some tea. So, but otherwise, the reason I particularly don't pursue online relationships, yeah, it is because it's hard to trust, and you don't know if they're married or not. You don't know if they have already another relationship on the line. They could be having multiple online relationships, and they're probably perfectly fine. They're just like, BRB, I'm busy, and then they're like texting the other friend. So like, it's difficult. It's difficult to tell what's happening in real life, and if you don't know 100%, don't waste your time. I don't know. I would just say, like, be very cautious, or just don't get attached. Hold on. Hi there, how can I help you? Hi, can I have a medium steep tea double double? Sure. With just the egg and cheese on English muffin. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was my ordering voice. Not as monotone as hi. Oh yeah. I don't know why, but this is my comfortable monotone voice. And later, actually, I noticed that when you ovulate, when women do ovulate, their voice do get higher, like higher pitch. It's a different pitch. So just letting you know, if your woman sounds cute in the beginning, she was probably ovulating, and then later she's like, "What do you want?" My name is Helga. Brad, be nice. He's not sipping. He's cool. Nazdar is cool. He's not trying to do anything. Y'all be nice. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Lineup is going okay. It's not that busy, but I feel like I'm turning reddish. I did my hair like all, you know, tied up. Um, what else was I gonna add? What else would you want to add? Or why don't you guys pursue online relationships? I like how some people like might even try to pursue online relationships with someone who might have like an OnlyFans or like one of those websites where you're like, I don't even know how that's gonna work. Like, bro, okay, hold on. hard. On debit, please. Thanks. Have a good day. Uh, girls, girls love Starbucks. Not all of them. Sorry, that stuff is weird. Like for me, it's Starbucks is too strong. It's too like too much everything. It's almost like they're trying too hard. When they first came out, I was like, ugh. I didn't know. I don't know why Starbucks is still strong. Even their hot chocolate was a bit strong. I don't know. I don't know what I like. In Starbucks right now, there's only one drink I kind of like, and it's the strawberry limeade cherry thing. I don't know. Oh, it's turning. Yeah, I knew it. Let me see if I have parking. Anyway, I'll probably pause it here at the mall somewhere. Let's see where I am. You never tried Timmy's? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Timmy's is good. Twitter and YouTube is not a dating platform. I wouldn't say that it is, but I do know people that did hook up on it. And come on, buddy. Okay, I mean, you see them turning, so you could turn, but okay. I'm not gonna hug nobody. I don't want to rush them. I ain't hugging. And they did stop. Ooh, that's a nice color. Oh, sorry, I'm not even facing the. Okay, I don't know. I guess I'm just facing myself here. I'm like, oh, that's a nice color. Let me see if there's underground parking. If not, we're gonna go to the mall. Mall parking somewhere. They don't have underground parking. People claim it. It's not a dating app. It's all good. You can date. It's up to you. I mean, nothing forbids you from trying to date on this app. If it works for you, it works for you. There are some apps out. I can't believe people that pay for apps to date, and then they still complain like I didn't get a text back from her. Well, what do you expect? Go out there, show yourself. Don't stay home. I don't know what to advise people. These days, it's hard to date. Like it is difficult. People are way more pickier than anything. Some of us millennials, we have that experience. You know what I mean? And once you have experience, you're like, I don't think dating is for me anymore. I think I want to stay single for the rest of my life. Ooh, nice guy. You know what I mean? As soon as you see a nice guy, oh, I won't do the same mistake I did. Oh my God, I did make the same mistake I just did in my last. So it's like, ah, man, you gotta learn from your mistakes. You gotta know what category is for you and what category should be out the window. Unemployed, out the window. Oh, it's my turn to go. Thank you. Stuff like, well, depends. Oh, sorry guys. I gotta like slam on the brakes here. Ooh. Oh, very tight. Okay. Where's my keys? My keys. Oh, okay, nobody cross here, please. Okay. People here in the underground when it's like too tight and stuff. I don't know which one works. There we go. Like, I don't know, something like that. Oh, now it shows. Yeah, I don't wear green because it shows everything. And the way I sit a little bit slouched, so it looks my spring rolls are showing. Not that I give a shit. Oh, hold on. Ugh, turns. These turns. Let's see. Please give me parking. Nobody parking my spot. Yes, I have parking. Woohoo! I'm a winner. Oh, it's so dark here. Hold on. Do I still have connection? You're still online. Oh, goody. When I back up, I actually just use my side mirrors. I don't really look back all that much. Like, I know it says so in the test, but as long as you aligned your mirrors perfectly, you don't actually even have to ever look back. You just fuck that. And that's it. Is it? And that's it. A little more. Okay, that's good. Woo! Yeehaw! When I'm early, that's half an hour early, so we can go upstairs in the lounge. Maybe. Maybe. Who go out of their way? I live 1,000 miles away from him. Right? Right now, look at that. I can. Can I click on your? I can click. I didn't know I can click on your comments on my phone. I don't even know what I can do on my phone, but I can cause. It can cause consume so much of their life on internet. Yeah, that's good. Me too. Yeah. No, I totally understand. I'm gonna eat my sandwich here. Just ignore me. Oh, I don't like that. Oh. There's another car coming. It's okay. We will eat quietly. But if anyone else wants to add as to why you shouldn't have online dating relationships, you know what? The one other fear I have if I did date someone online is like another person from the outside tells me all this bad shit about them that I didn't know. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that changes my whole perspective on them. Like that makes sense, you know? And then so, or someone tries to steal that person and then they have like, oh look, he replied like this, and then you have all these clips and like, oh man. That's the same reason I didn't date anyone from school. Like I thought someone would always try to steal if I had a boyfriend. Like they were onto me already. So I felt like not targeted, but I felt watched. And I was like, I'm so uncomfortable to date anyone in school. I didn't form any kind of like thing until like much later. I dated until like after I was out of high school. I was like, not even. Like I was just talking to people online. Oh, when MSN was free, even then, I was like, I think I met one person that claimed they were an age and they were much older, and I was like, oh, so like that was not cool. Uh, yeah, people like that, I was like, block and delete, block and delete. But yeah, online, it's wild to date online. Hopefully you get like their ID and stuff at least and be like, oh, are you within your age bracket? Are you who you say you are? Send me a picture now, not a filtered, edited picture. Send me a picture of you now holding today's paper. You know what I mean? Because some people be having that Facebook picture of them, but like 5 years 5 years ago, like they still have that, and I'm like, why? That's not you anymore. So yeah. Yeah. Egg and cheese, baby. Mm. Mm. No, this is steep tea. It's like it's tea, but it's different. I don't know what they do to it. They steep it really nice. I can trust certain people on here. Yeah, well, Nasdar, you don't have to trust anybody on here. You just have to be within your own self and not give any information. That's what they said online. Anytime the Facebook and Twitter came out, it's like, don't give any of your private information out. And what did people do? fill in my college, I fill in my hometown, I fill in my phone number. It's like then you wonder why you get all these trolls, you know? They like they had so much information of people on Facebook. Like when I found out that your employer can find you on Facebook and see your past things, I'm like, oh, block everybody. Yeah, that was an eye opener for many people. What did you think? Your employer is not gonna do background search on you? Hmm. They still use it, by the way. They still do background searches on people. They ask them what their socials are, and you don't have to give it out. It's your private thing. You don't have to give it out. So just letting you know your rights. It's none of their freaking business. Just because you find me doesn't mean you can see nothing. Plus, someone should delete their Facebook and you're not using way. Anyway, a bunch of goofy faceless trolls harass people. That's true. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. When they're going after kids, like, that's a little bit far. That's just, like, messed up. Mm, mhm. I'm like, I'm flexing my wrist in different, like, mm, I kind of like this green shirt now. Dark green is good, but this is like, it's close to neon. Jeez. I'm not into colors that much. I do have a pink one though, but it's not ready yet. Mm. And dating, like, if you do have a website and you're paying for it, even then, it's like, it's so difficult. I can't tell you. Because first you gotta meet them in public, and even if you do, it's like a hit and miss. It's like, even though you met them. Oh, let me turn this off. I don't think I'm gonna be stuck in the heat, but I definitely don't want to use up gas. I did like the fan though. The fan on me. Hey, nice to see you. Thanks so much. Hit the like button. I appreciate it. Cheers. Never bring your own kids on here. Yeah, but the thing is also what you post like on dating sites. Um, it's also it can be like harmful. Like I seen people like stalk other people, and even after a breakup, they still look them up. I was like, why are you still following your ex? Like once they're an ex, leave them. They should be like consider them that they're dead to you. Because before you met, they were dead. Like you didn't know them. And then after you break up and you leave, just split it and go. Like who cares if they're doing better than you? Who cares if they're like found someone else? But people want to find out, oh, did they upgrade or downgrade from me? Who cares? Let them be someone else's, problem. Um, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, why do people put so much effort into that? Like, they were with you, it didn't work out for any reason, then just split it off and then go your own way. You find your own person. Like they don't have to be an upgrade or downgrade for them to be good. Like there's some people that you'd be like, oh, they're dating that person. Well, probably that person is doing the one thing that they wanted them to do. You know what I mean? Like there's something that someone always needs before anything else, and when that need is met, then they don't care about what they look, they don't care about anything else. It's like, I got it, I'm good here, and that's it. They don't ask for more. But then I don't pursue, I don't check up to see how my exes do. I hope they don't check on seeing how I'm doing great, by the way. But yeah, I am happy. I'm happier now than I've been before. So yeah, I don't want to go into that details yet, but I could have like a discussion and kind of break down as to like pros and cons in relationships. But right now I'm just focusing on online dating, in particular online dating, and also like if people do decide to meet up, like don't get your hopes up, you know? You should like you should I guess lower your standards, I would say, because sorry. Um yeah, online is definitely a lot different, right? They'll portray all this and that, but when you meet in person, you're like, you said all this, you promised all this, and you didn't do it. Usually, what I call it is like, have you ever heard of the term? Oh, I'm gonna call it the term like a cover letter. For me personally, when I'm if I were to date someone, even online, it feels like I'm being given this cover letter, this person that maybe they are or maybe they're not, but they're trying to portray themselves as nice as possible. But then what once you flip that page and you see who they really are, you're like, oh, like you're not all this. It's nowhere on your cover letter showing that you're like this. You know what I mean? So they're like they'll always try to look good in your eyes and everything, but when you actually see their true colors, which is what I always wait for. I wait for someone to be like their most raw self. I don't care if they cry or not, or if they like swear, or like if they admitted something like a crime, for example, whatever. I don't care what it is, but if I see the true self and the person is calm and collected, not like an outburst out there, then maybe I'll think for myself like, oh, maybe I can handle this. Maybe this is their true colors. Like, I will respect that, and I respect the courage that it takes to bring up, a confession, for example, whatever. Well, Brett, I don't know. Maybe it's something you said. Nasdaq, can you not time people out yet? Unless I say so. But yeah. Oh, Nasdaq, do it just like maybe a minute or so. Like, don't do it forever. But anyway. But yeah, I had a friend on my other account, Nasdar, and they said that they tried a message. They messaged me one time, but the second time, I guess they couldn't for some reason. And I was like, oh, but I gave you standard moderator. So I was like, wasn't sure if they can also be timed out by managing mods. I wasn't sure, but don't time out anyone unless they, I don't know, they appear to say or do something weird. Understand I'm speaking facts before I too much heard about it. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Nasdar. But if I say time out somebody, I'll let you know, and I'll probably tell you like how long as well. I don't want to be like, oh, these people can't talk anymore just because maybe you didn't agree with the things that he had to say. Oh, I did see that. What settings? Let me see. Like what settings? He didn't start, but it's okay. Like I don't feel that he did, but if you feel that he does, you can ask me so I know, because I can't see from here who you're timing out or not. So don't put them at least a minute for now, if it's something that triggers. Oh, I gotta eat this because I gotta start work soon here. Oh, change the subs only to 1 minute if you can. Subs only is good though. Is it 5 minutes? Oh, can you do it like 1 minute or? Yeah, subs only is good, Brett, because I don't want people like outsiders that are like, oh, I'm just gonna comment. Hmm, all good. There we go. I'm not hungry early in the morning, so it's hard for me to like eat. 20 minutes. Ryan, don't worry. I got Ryan. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. I wanted to see. Yeah, no, he's not trying to date me. Don't worry about it. Ah, no, not what? Not banned, bro. Don't ban them. Wait, put user in timeout? I I didn't ban. What? Hold on. I need to open the other thingy. Oh my goodness. Um eh, uh yeah, those are unban them. Like don't ban unhide and unban and just leave it. It's okay, real Brett, but don't bring it up about you guys. Just keep your own stuff on your own thing. Okay. But yeah, it says they're banned or something. So just make sure they're not banned or anything. Okay. I don't know what I clicked on, honestly. I didn't click that. I clicked the timeout for 1 minute, but it didn't work. Oh, well, I can't. It looks like I can't put people in timeout because this thingy, this phone maybe is a little bit messed up. So undo that. I know you can do it on your end. But yeah. Oh, you check? Okay. It's like, I'll check. Yeah. Well, if not, I'll go in the backstage there. But yeah, I wanted to. If there's someone that I need to like time out or not, I will do it. Um, and if it shows banned, well, maybe I'll unban you when I'm done the stream. There were some people hidden on my other main channel, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll do it without like any subs or any weird stuff. Oh yeah, it is off. There we go. Woo! It's hot. Yeah, I'm hot. I'm gonna end it here, but thank you so much for watching. Okay, good. No worries. Thanks so much, Nazar. See, I try to vlog. Maybe before I get to work, I'll try and do vlogs like this. Maybe like 5 minute like rants or whatever. But I don't know what time I leave or when I can do it. Like I do it like last minute. So you have to be subscribed, hit the bell button, and then you might be able to see the stream and everything. It'll just show that I went live. But like sometimes I want to go live even while MCF does a live. It's just that way at least I can control the trolls on my end and not have to worry about anyone else jumping in. Or I just kind of want to always, uh, discuss a topic or like dive in deeper than what they're discussing because they're being constantly interrupted. And when I want to discuss about something, I'll be like, oh, it's about this or it's about that. It's so this online dating thing is nothing in particular, just in general. It's not aimed at anybody. And nobody should be naming names or bashing people or or doing any of that. This is like just in general discussion, and I'll have probably some more discussions in the future. Hopefully, kind of before I start work, it's kind of easier. And then, and yeah, let me know what else I should discuss and what else you want to talk about and stuff like that. Thanks, Karen. Is it Karin or Karen? I don't know. But yeah, nice to see you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Ah, dang it, Nazdar. Stop. I'm gonna change some things around anyway, so this way I can control it from my own end. But yeah, it's all good. Don't worry. Everyone have a good day or good weekend, whatever it is. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.